don't want to take an iron for safety and knock it in there.
Oh no.
World number 2. It's extraordinary what the first tee can do to you.
On at TFM USA, the defending champion, Tiger Woods.
His display yesterday, Peter, on the opening holes was, well, nothing less than brilliant.
Tiger, what is going on here?
It's out of bounds, I think.
He's in the water certainly. Now, do you think the R&A
On
committee have
at
handicapped him?
Scotland, Paul Lawrie.
Oh, that's gone.
Very upright.
One of the best swings on the tour, I think.
Oops. Not out of bounds after us saying that. Looks like he's gone to the sea. Dear, dear, dear.
Oh, heavens. Yeah, straight down, reload.
Well, that was quick. Looked like he had it ready in his pocket.
As Colin booms away with a little bit of a lofted wood, a 3-wood. One of the widest landing grounds in golf.
Monty finds the Swilcan burn. So not the best possible start for his challenge.
World number 2.
Well, gone. World number 2. It's extraordinary what the first tee can do to you.
Oh dear, someone says. Oh dear, it is.
Oh, you don't want to hear those cries early in the morning. Scattered the brollies. Oh, no, 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 no. He may be all right.
Quality from England, Justin Rose.
He's just 19 years of age. What a thrill. Going right. Oh.
Yeah, we've got it, but it's gone into the thick stuff.
Oh, that must be miles right, the way he was signalling. Absolutely. Oh, dear, that's 15 yards over the fence.
That's the face of a tugged pull to the left.
Oh, there's a line over there too. There's out of bounds over there. I think he's out.
away.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Four.
Take cover. Oh, that's
that just landed out of bounds.
No decision. Oh, he's already teed it up. Well, that was airborne.
The first 6 or 7 holes are all birdie or even eagle opportunities. He's always been long, but recently he's been very straight as well, Tony, hasn't he?
He has that.
Oh.
But that is not
On
quite
the tee from
sure
Germany.
where that came down, but whatever it is,
Martin
it's not good.
Keimer.
First tee, Darren Clark. Looks as though it's moving left off the tee. The bunker's down there. There's worse than bunkers. There's knee-high rough.
He has the simplest swing, and it surprises me when he hits shots like that.
Martin Laird.
Certainly a bold play.
Oh dear. Want to get just a bit further wide onto the trample down, but I think it might almost have made it.
He's only 6 yards from the out of bounds post, though.
Going the safe route. Oh, no, you don't want to lay up and knock it in there. You don't want to take an iron for safety and knock it in there.
On the tee
That's
from Scotland.
not good.
This is McDowell off the first. That's gone off into the left rough. Stopped, I think, by 1 or 2 of these spectators.
Irish Open champion, a recently acquired title, firing into the first. 214 yards to back right flag. Jamie Donaldson won't be enjoying his first shot too much. Oh, don't go in the bunker. Oh, and especially not up against the side of the bunker. Utility Club trying to draw it round the corner and has overdone it, and he could have a very awkward shot from there.
Must be leaking right.
Ooh.
A fine young player from Australia. Very good player. Not quite as consistent as he might be, but just have a look at this. This is good stuff. Simple, isn't it? 3/4. Oh, has he found the fairway? No. Oh, that's poor. After that wonderful build-up, to go and let me down like that again.
And that is also out of bounds. That's down the left-hand side. And Holmes will need to reload.
When he did win at Muirfield 2 years ago, it's probably the best golf I've ever seen on that back nine, because the course was so difficult.
He shot the low round of the day on Sunday, a 65, which for the champion to do is quite something. But it's typical of Mickelson. He's such an attacking, aggressive, almost nerveless player.
This needs to slow down, though,
does.
Julian.
Oh, no.
God damn it.
No, Eddie, please don't. Oh, hits the hotel.
Well, that hasn't made the carry. That has not made the carry.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's just about to find that out.
He'd had 6 birdies, no drop shots when he got to the 17th tee. He'd got it to 10 under, and in classic Mickelson style, going for the big shot, the big draw around the corner on the hardest hole on the course, the 17th, and ending up in the Old Course Hotel and out of bounds and a reload off the tee.
Seventeenth tee. Poulter, has he let that go right? Out of bounds all the way down this right-hand side of the 17th. And, oh, he's in the thick stuff.
That is thick there now.
That's brutal.
No point watching it for too long. You can't see the end. Oh, that's taken a big dive into one of the big clumps of grass in between the 17th and 2nd fairways.
Has he gone out of town?
Going to the hotel? I don't think so. Whoops.
Out of bounds.
It's
out of bounds. There's a man at the corner with a flag. He knows already.
No, Eddie, please don't. Hit it right. No. Oh, hits the hotel. It might get lucky. Where's it gone? Oh. It's in the water, which means it's over the fence and out of bounds. Can you believe it? The whole world to the left.
Tiger with a 3-wood. That's got it from the left there, Sam.
That was one of his double crosses. That's almost on the 2nd fairway. Double crosses when he's aiming to fade it and hooks it.
A little bit of heat haze as well, so things are looking up today, Alex. There's Richard Green. Wait for confirmation as to how that is lying, but he pulled it off the tee.
Now, Colin, his fade, he could take it on that church spire which has just appeared behind him, but he's not. He's going on a riskier line than that. Let's hope he gets it right. No. Strange there, Dennis. I thought he'd aimed left and cut it round there. He seemed to aim right and hook it to the rough on the other side.
A little bit left. That's where they've let the rough grow in a little bit. That's bouncing on, and he's going to find it hard to find the green from there.
Monty, bit of blue sky above. It's a good shape for this one. Well, that hasn't made the carry. That has not made the carry.
Yeah,
And he's just about to find that out.
Just a 3-wood here for Robert Allenby. The road home measures 455 yards. Uh-oh. That's in that long hay.
Oh, don't start again using my name in vain.
He's giving it plenty of room to the right, I fancy.
Damn it.
That could cause him a bit of bother.
Looks like he's dragged that a bit. He's not happy with that. And the hole playing out just a well, it's gone into some sticky stuff there, and the hole playing faster and downwind. No chance of getting that close.
And there's what happens when you hook it. That's why I was referring to Daly's driving. If you run out of fairway, you see that thick clump of grass he's heading for? It's almost impossible to move it from there, and he's in pretty desperate stuff.
The troubles continue, and it's rather ironic, isn't it, that Laurie, who won last year and has had a magical year, is doing poorly, and Van der Velde, who played so dramatically last year, is going from strength to strength. 2 shots to go. 2 holes, I should say, for Langer.
You know, Peter, this drive is really deceptive. You need to hit it a lot farther to the right, and that is a terrible shot there. He hooked it to the left, but you really have to almost hit it out of bounds to have a good drive. You have to really come very close to the Old Course Hotel.
Groans. Was that on purpose? You might have gone there on purpose. They've done that before, but not there.
No cameras, please.
Hi everyone, welcome to Merkur Links in Aberdeen. My name is Paul Lawrie, Open Champion 1999. And I'm going to be taking you through some tips that you'll require to play in the wind. As you can see, we've got a nice breezy day up in Aberdeen, which should help us. Now the first tip I'm going to do is any shot that you're into the wind, there's a few things you need to do in your setup and change your setup to make the ball come out low. You grip down the club a little bit from the top, you get the ball a little further back in your stance, weight a little bit on your left, but the biggest thing is the swing needs to be a little shorter and a little slower. Because anytime you put speed into the swing, it makes the ball go up. So you want to take a bit of speed off it and just make sure the ball stays low.
Yeah, try and get a low runner.
Oh, that's
And a
bit
great
cooler.
shot.
Look at this. My goodness.
Fantastic.
So I've got a driver here. So first thing, grip down it a little bit. Ball a little further back in your stance. Weight's a little bit on your left. And it's a shorter, slower swing. And you get that nice low shot that stays under the wind and runs out to where it's supposed to go.
The most important thing about playing from the rough is actually reading the lie you have in the rough. Well, obviously, as you get more into the summer, the grass burns out, it goes a yellowy, browny colour. Well, that means it doesn't have very much resistance and the ball will come out actually quite quick out of it. If it's obviously lush green, it means there's plenty of moisture in it, it's going to come out heavy. I would say to everybody, for every shot you take in the rough, always take a practice swing. So my ball's there, I'm not going to practice swing right near the ball and maybe move a foot away, and I'll take a practice swing in similar length grass to get a feel for how much it's going to snag the club. So always take that practice green in a similar looking lie to get a feel for it. As you can see, the golf ball sitting on top of it looks like a good lie. The grass is growing that direction or lying down away from my target. So if I went to try and hit this, this is actually going to come out heavy, because if I try and hit it, I'm going to catch all the grass before the ball, and that's all going to stand up. So now you can see that's actually quite a heavy lie. If that ball was sitting there, and even sitting as it is, but I'm just going to get, so if it's sitting on the grass like so, grass is going that, I could actually hit a 3-wood going that direction. But going against that line of grass, I'd do well to hit an 8 or a 9 iron out of that lie from that position, and yet I could hit a 3-wood going the other direction. If it's pale, it means it's lying with you. The ball will come out fast, and that's the same whether you're hitting a chip shot or a fairway shot.
Oh, it's a beauty. Absolutely magnificent shot, Padraig Harrington.
There's one more thought on this, okay? So the grass we've described here is growing that direction. If, as a right-hander, I'm hitting a right-handed shot this way and the grass is growing that way, so as I hit this grass is going to stand up this way, stand up towards me. You're going to snag the club in the hosel and you're going to hit a hook. So make sure if the grass is growing away from you, take plenty of loft and be very wary of the ball going left. Clearly, if the grass was going this way, so again it's still coming this way, and if I'm going that way, the grass will stand up that way. You'll push it. You won't hit a hook out or a lie like that. You'll push it slightly. It's not a huge push. The danger one is when the grass is, for a right-hander, when the grass is going away from, it's going to snag in that hosel and pull the club, and the ball is going to come out low left when the grass is going away from you. So again, you'll discover that when you take a practice swing here, you'll see how heavy it would be pulling. So always take a practice swing, you know, 18 inches away from the ball in a similar lie, and that will give you a good feel for it.
And that is a really great second shot from where he was. No angle at the pin at all, and he's judged the distance perfectly. Great play.
It's going to come out heavy and a little dead out of this lie, so it's 100 yards. I'm probably going to add an extra 20, so 120 yard shot. Okay, just like so. You can see you're never making a clean contact. You're always going to get grass between you and the face, and when because of that you don't have any grooves on it, the ball is going to run a bit further. Heavy rough, the ball will land shorter and run further. Wispy rough, the ball will actually carry further and run further. This will come out the exact same as that last one. There's really nothing to show here. I would notice this in a practice round. This rough here is dried out a bit, so I'm getting through that pretty easily. If there was more moisture there, I wouldn't be able to hit the ball half that distance. So again, loft is always your friend. So if you're in doubt, you know, an 8 or a 9 iron will get you down the fairway. It may go much further than a 5 iron. I think that's all there is to the rough.
That's nicely worked out from the Irishman, the 2-time Open champion.
Inevitably, if you're going to play a links golf course, you're going to find a bunker. And as we all know on links courses, they're called pop bunkers. That means they're quite small, so you're going to find some very awkward lies and stances. First of all, normal in the middle standard bunker shot, you make sure you lean forward onto your left side, you stay left, and you play the whole shot from your left hand side. You never ever want to come backwards on a normal bunker shot, because you'd hit the ground too far behind the ball. So if I go backwards, I'm going to hit 18 inches behind the ball. I'm going to struggle to get out. I want to stay left and feeling of coming over the top. So it's not a move where you open up, because that can throw the club out to the right. It's more of a move of over the top, chopping across it. Keep the pressure left all the way through the swing, and just a beautiful shot like so. Oh, that was nice bit of spin.
Came out even better than he expected it to.
I've got the upslope. Now I did say you always lean into a bunker shot, but off an upslope you actually, like on the fairway too, generally if you're hitting a shot off a mound on the fairway or in the rough, you've got to keep your shoulders level to the slope. So the same in the bunker shot. So whereas you'd normally lean in on an upslope, you let your shoulders lean back a bit, level to the slope. Again, this is a bit of, nice bit of, yeah, another good one there. That's a specialist shot you got to practice. Don't lean into this one, because your club, if you leaned in, you get stuck in there and you're going to get too much sand. You got to stay with the slope. You got to hit it a little bit harder. You got to be brave, and it's going to come out higher. I've picked the down slope over here. You don't want to try and get under it. You got to stay with the slope. So you lean even more forward, shoulders this way. If you're not good out bunkers, you're not an accomplished player, maybe come out sideways to this one, because it can be very difficult, this one. For a better player, you're going to lean in, you're going to stay left, and you're just going to have to use your hands a bit more to get the ball in the air. So again, I'm leaning forward. I've got to get that club up steep to miss the bank. I'm going to get quite close to the ball, and I'm going to use my hands to flick underneath it. It's not going to come out very high, as you can see, but you should get a nice skiddy one with a bit of run. Now, I've saved the best for last. This is the one that most people want to know about, the plug lie in the sand. So I'm a little bit on the upslope here, so it will actually come out pretty easy, this one. But the way you play a plug lie, it's a bit like you're chopping with an axe. You're trying to chop down into the sand. The more you throw the club into the sand, the more the sand is going to get displaced and jump up, and it will take the ball. As the sand goes up, the ball will go up. With all bunker shots, you're trying to hit the sand there, but with a plug lie, you're actually trying to use the blade to go into the sand. So I don't want to present this bit at all. I'm trying to present the absolute front of it straight down into the sand. So here we go. Face is square to shut, leaning in and chop, and this ball bounces up nice and will run. You can't get it to spin back. Look at the big steep divot. You can understand the difference. Whereas if that was a normal bunker shot, that would be the divot. So that's the divot for a thing. You're just chopping down and throwing the sand up, and it will come out. Do hit a few practice shots, get used to it, and once you get used to it, you don't have to practice this very often. You'll kind of know what's happening, and it comes out quite well out of a link sand because it's nice and soft.
Out here, you would definitely stop. If you're playing with your mates, you just pull over for half an hour.
Really unpleasant conditions now, and you do feel for the players on this side of the draw. They've had the worst of the weather both days, really.
We wanted to stay on the pick. It was hard out there. You know, we might have caught the rough end of the draw. That happens.
It was coming down pretty heavy. I think I went through 4 gloves.
Steve Stricker's ball we're looking for. Lost his tee shot and apparently his provisional as well.
What we had on 16T, when I looked up and you see the sheets of water moving sideways. Come on! You wish your score didn't matter when you play in this. You wish this was just around with your buddies.
I'm aiming 60 yards left of the pin.
Helmets on.
I'm aiming out towards the ocean.
You just go out there and try and hold on and fight as much as you can.
That is miles right. That's towards the hotel.
Just didn't feel like there was any relief. You know, it's the Open Championship. Some draws go your way and some draws don't.
Yeah, that's just part of Open Championship golf. It's great.
If it's any consolation, the forecast is for much easier conditions tomorrow.
Round 2 resumed on Saturday morning at 7 o'clock. Wind speeds were a constant 30 miles an hour. Certain gusts were even more ferocious, and the air was chilled.
Wind was howling, as it was forecast to do, but it was playable, and one has to start play if the course was playable. It would have been unfair to the rest of the field in those circumstances not to start, so we chose to start.
The siren went for us to start, and it was like the wind picked up another 5 miles an hour.
On the 13th green, one of the most exposed parts of the old course, Oosthuizen and playing partner Tiger Woods encountered the full force of the elements.
It was not the ideal conditions to play golf in.
Goodness me, this is getting worse and worse.
Oosthuizen wasn't the only one having problems.
I remember hitting a chip shot, and I actually hit a pretty good chip, but the wind was blowing so hard it actually blew my chip shot down, like pushed it down, and it caught the top of the ridge. I went to mark it. I got, I don't know, an inch from putting my coin down. Wind blew my ball, and blew it all the way down off the green. You know, I ended up making bogey when I was right in front of the green in 2.
Conditions had worsened, and at 7:32 the championship was again suspended. This time, play would be delayed for over 10 hours, leaving the galleries to entertain themselves.
When the final group teed off, it was more like midwinter than July.
On the tee from South Africa, Danny Els.
Generally, conditions were extremely inhospitable. This would obviously be a stern examination.
It was one of the most difficult days that I can ever remember in the Open Championship for myself and to the rest of the field. And you know, you just can't believe how the conditions were.
The weather was as bad as I can ever remember. It's almost unbelievable it should happen in July.
Digging the ground, I'm feeling good in the ground. I got my spade, I got my hoe, I got my rake, and I'm ready to go.
If you didn't laugh, you might have cried. And Tiger certainly saw the funny side when he birdied the 17th. It takes a fine sportsman to retain a sense of humour en route to an 81, the worst round of his professional career. Dreams of the Grand Slam gone, at least for 2002.
On day 3, buffeting wind and torrential rain struck the Kent coast. Summer had turned to winter. Friday had been the calm before the storm. For the early starters, desperate to make up lost ground, conditions were diabolical.
Saturday morning was hell for the guys that was out there. And we knew that it was going to be just absolute mayhem, and they just got blown off the golf course.
But despite the inclement weather, the crowd still came in their hordes. 36,000 spectators braved the conditions, and they would not be disappointed. From the outset, one of the game's greatest veterans delivered a masterclass in bad weather golf. While many a rival young enough to be his son had nightmares, Tom Watson tamed the beast that was now Royal St. George's.
The fears were confirmed at daybreak on Thursday the 17th of July. Not only did the wind blow all day long, it was as cold and wet as winter. At 6:30, Craig Parry was the first man to set out into the wild. The conditions for the morning starters made low scoring impossible. Of those who teed off before lunch, only South Africa's Retief Goosen and the left-handed Canadian Mike Weir managed to prosper. Goosen nearly held out on the 9th with his 6-iron. And Weir's successful putt on the 17th earned him one of the only 2 eagles achieved on day 1. Given the conditions, their 1 over par totals were stoical efforts. Elsewhere, some scarcely believable numbers were posted. The 2002 champion Ernie Els was rounding 80. So too was Vijay Singh, who described his round as miserable, miserable, miserable. They would not win this year's championship. nor would the world number 2, Phil Mickelson. He suffered a triple bogey on the 6th after he lost his ball.
As day 3 breaks, a storm rages. Driving rain and a northeast gale lash Muirfield. The early starters are numbed. Even the greatest suffer. Spain's Seve Ballesteros inveighs his way to a 77. His championship over. Defending champion Greg Norman despairs with a 74 and sees the game's oldest trophy slip from his grasp. While Jack Nicklaus stumbles, beaten to an 81. But in front of him, one man is playing one of the greatest foul-weather runs in the history of the championship, Sandy Lyle.
Sandy Lyle at the 18th needs this short putt for a birdie 3 and a level par round of 71. Well, that's a great round of golf.